There's magic, and then there are magicians. The former is not actually a thing we'd likely talk about here, but the latter, those whose skill and hard work manage to entrance audiences to make them believe in magic, okay, that's fascinating. And when they are an up-and-coming homegrown talent, all the better. Magician Savio Joseph is just such a person, and he joins us now on how and why he chose magic over computer science. We will get to that in a second. Nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Steve.
You're a finalist on Canada's Got Talent.
Yes, I was.
How did that happen?
Honestly, I'm wondering the same thing.
How has that experience been?
It was, honestly, Steve, was incredible. Like, from the beginning all the way to the end, it was just a crazy ride that I'm still kind of pinching myself to think, oh my goodness, did this really happen? Even from the first time I just saw, an ad saying, hey, look, Canada's Got Talent is coming back, you should apply. At the time I was like, okay, I'll apply when the time comes. I got my application in the night it was due. So, it was very, I wasn't sure where this was gonna go. So from that point to then becoming a finalist, it's like, it's all such a dream. I'm like, how did it happen? It was all fast, it was all a blur, but I'm so grateful for the opportunity because it was incredible. We're
going to find out more about you and your life as we continue our conversation, but first of all, I'm guessing we should show people what it is that you actually do.
Of course.
Because what it is that you do, I don't get, which is what makes it fabulous, of course. Okay, Sheldon, let's go. Here we go.
I have the Two of Hearts. What do you have? The Two of Hearts. Wow. It's like, what are the chances that a comic from Toronto would go on to sell out shows worldwide and become a household name in entertainment? They said it was impossible, but how you're here right now today.
It's impossible.
The Ten of Spades.
That's impossible.
It's like, what are the chances that I would be here today as a finalist on Canada's Got Talent? They said it was impossible, but today I'm here to tell you that it is possible. If you take a look, the 6, the 2, the Jack, the King, the 3, the 4, the 5, the Jack, the 8, the 5, Ace, the 2, the 3, the 10, all the way down to the 6. Every single card is a perfect match.
I mean, I'm not even going to ask how you did it. I don't want to know how you did it. I'm going to be one of those people who don't want to know how you did it because I want to let the magic just... Do you prefer that?
Honestly, yeah. I think the magic is the one thing we can hold on to, and I'd love to keep that mystery. But I mean, for some people, they want to know, and that was me. I got the bug when I was very young, and I really wanted to know how it was done. And unfortunately, I saw behind the scenes, but I want to bring that feeling of magic to as many people as I can.
Who's your favorite of all the judges on that show?
Oh, judges! It's hard to pick a favorite, but I think Lily's saying, me and her, we've got this connection. I think something there. She's brown, I'm brown. We've got that connection. But honestly, all the judges were such a pleasant to just be around, and they went to
even Simon.
Even Simon.
It was a pleasure to be around.
Oh my goodness, it was a shock because I was like going into it. I was like, oh my goodness, Simon Cowell is going to be sitting next to me, and if you saw the clip, he was literally right next to me. So looking right down at my hands, you can see everything. But he was honestly such a gem. He was so nice, and he even went and talked to my parents after the show, which was such a nice gesture for him to do. I was like, wow.
All right, let's find out. You had the choice, apparently. You came to that fork in the road, and it was either magic or computer science.
Yep.
So where does the love for computer science come from?
Honestly, I was just, my mom's a high school math teacher. So like growing up, I was always around sort of the world of math and logic. So when high school came around, I had to pick something. I'm like, I got to go to school for something. What's it going to be? And, computer science was one of those things I was okay at. I was, not too bad. So I said, sure, I'm going to do computer science. And I went to Western University and, I did my degree there. And my heart wasn't there. I was doing it, but I was doing it just to get through, and at the same time, I was doing magic on the side. I'd be doing shows the night before an exam. I would say yes to everything I could to be away from school. So it was a fun time.
And where did the interest in magic come from in the first place?
So I started when I was very young. I was around 10 years old. I was like sitting in my room, and the window was open, and this owl flew in. And I got this letter to this place called Hogwarts, and ever since then, it's just been weird stuff.
Now, I'm betting that's not the real story. What's the real story?
Real story, I got a magic kit from my parents when I was very young. I was just very interested in like niche things. At one point, it was Rubik's Cubes and solving those and, small little hobbies like that. And magic was one of those. And so at 10 years old, I got the kit. I would do, magic at family gatherings and different things like that. And at 13, I got paid $100 to do an hour at a birthday party. And I was like, whoa, I made it. Like, this is it.
You're a professional magician.
Professional. I'm dropping out of school. Like, this is it. you know, and that night I got paid for my second show for 200. So I was like, whoa, like what is going on? So that kind of really jump-started it for me, and it was short-lived. There wasn't that much going on like that, but it kind of sparked that interest, like, oh wait, I can do this, and like maybe make it a side income or something like that. But the passion kind of, get me going.
Do you know what though, Savio? I think, and like I'm one of those kids, a lot of kids got a magic kit when they were 10 years old,
Yeah.
and they played around with it for a little while, and then they gave it up because of course it's hard to be great at it. But that's not your story. Something stuck with you.
Yeah.
What was it that stuck with you?
You know what, see, that's a great question. I think for me, it was a number of different things. Number one, it piqued my curiosity. I always learned there was something more I could learn. There was something, I can do a little better. And so that kind of drive to just be better was one. And I think number two, that feeling of like wonder, that clip you just saw of the people going, oh my God, like that is such a exhilarating feeling for me. Like watching that and being able to give someone that experience is just, I think it is a superpower that I've been, blessed to have, and I want to share that with more people. So that, really kept it going for me. It was like a fire that was ignited that just never went out for me.
Do you have a favorite professional magician?
You know what? There are a number of different ones. I'd love to give a huge shout out to a Canadian magician whose name is Sean Farquhar. He lives on the other end in Vancouver. Growing up, he had a big influence on like the work that I did. And then David Blaine would be another big one. I think he really just revolutionized like magic to be cool, and I think that was a big thing for me. It wasn't just suit and ties. It was like, okay, you can be on the street doing magic, being yourself. So those two names come to mind really.
Is it your hope to make a living doing this?
100%, yeah, hopefully. I mean, but for me, it's really share magic with as many people as I can. But if I can make a living doing that, then I think that's a win for me.
Now, kids who want to be better at hockey join a hockey team and they get coached and they do all that kind of thing, or people who want to learn how to play a musical instrument better, they take piano lessons or whatever on the side and they join a band or something. What do you do if you've got a hankering for magic?
Honestly, it's just trial and error. You get up on a stage, you work. And so, sometimes my stages are tiny living rooms in a corner where, there's maybe 30 people in the room, and sometimes it's a big auditorium with 1,000 people. So it really is just trial and error. And luckily, magic is one of those things where I can bring it close up. I can do it on stage. So honestly, I'll just do it wherever I can. You just kind of do, and you see what happens.
Because there's no school you go to, I guess. I mean, Hogwarts, I know you're being funny, but there is no real Hogwarts in real life to go to learn how to do all this.
Not really. Like, I mean, now there's like some small things popping up, but not really like an established like school where you can just sign up and all of a sudden you're a magician now,
How old are you?
I'm 23.
You're 23. I got socks older than you. You grew up in Brampton?
I did.
And was there something sort of, at the risk of a bad pun, magical about that community that sort of inspired you?
Brampton was always home for me, and like, regardless of what was in the environment, I think it made me the person I am, and I got nothing but love for Brampton, and I rep the city. There was never like magic in the community per se. It was more so just really interesting people you get to meet, and I think that was big. Diversity was huge. I grew up around people from different cultures, races, and that gave me a unique perspective to, I guess, the way I approach my work, and it helped me connect with people a lot better, for sure.
Now, someday you may be the most famous person ever to come out of Brampton, Ontario.
Whoa.
But you're not yet.
Not yet.
Who do you think is right now the most famous
Brampton.
person ever to come out of Brampton?
I want to say it's Alessia Cara. I think she's probably the most famous. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Russell Peters was also from Brampton. So I think those two would be, unless I'm missing someone.
No, this just reflects the generation gap between the two of us, because you are currently sitting in the William G. Davis studio, named after former Ontario Premier Bill Davis, who was from Brampton.
Wow. There
But
you
of
go.
course, he got elected for the first time in 1959, so it might be just a bit before your time.
Just a tad bit.
Right, I got it. As you developed this interest in magic and got good at it,
Yeah.
I'd like to know how, either supportive or not, your family and friends were.
So, in the beginning, I think, it was always it actually was, me sailing my own ship. And I think that's normal because when you first start, it's hard for people around you to really envision what this can be or what it is in its entirety. So there was a lot of just me in my bedroom, just kind of practicing on my own, not really performing or telling people about it because, I'm just in my little bubble. But I will say my parents and family have always been supportive. Like, they were the ones who would drive me to shows and, take me to the one magic store in all of Ontario that happens to be in Toronto. Like they would drive me there and things like that. So supportive in that nature. But as a career, my parents are immigrant parents. So that takes a little bit more time to warm up and, have that conversation. So yeah, definitely in the beginning, it was, my own boat that I was sailing. But I will say this, I think as I, kept going, it takes just one person comes in and then someone else sees that. And then now you got 2 people on your boat and then you got 3 and then you got 4 and 5. And then, now I can, say I got a big boat full of a lot of people who are supporting me in everything that I do. I'm so grateful for, all of them supporting me right now.
And where are your folks from originally?
So from India, they're from Kerala. And so we speak Malayalam. So that's where we're from.
And of course, as you point out, being first-generation Canadian, they're very concerned that you get a normal job.
For sure.
And you can support yourself.
Yes.
So magic is not a normal job.
Definitely not.
So did you have a tough time convincing them that this could be the way forward for you?
Oh, certainly. And, my parents and I have had many conversations about this. And at the end of the day, I know the conversations we have, they're speaking from a point of love. They want to make sure that their son can go on and stand on his own 2 feet and be okay even when they're gone and no longer with us. So I respect them for everything that they say, but at the same time, I do got to fight for my rebellious nature of I want to do this and I think I can, and I think Canada's Got Talent was a big testimony to that, and it came at the right time for me.
Savio, did you bring a deck of cards with you by chance?
I did. Yes, I did.
Anything you want to?
You want to see something?
Well, I'm just curious as the next guy to see what you can do with it.
Okay, we'll try something. Steve, I have a question for you. Do you have a favorite card? If someone was to say, Steve, you got to bet $1 million on this card, do you have a favorite card like that by any chance?
I kind of do.
Yeah? Okay. We're going to try something actually. You know what? Hold on. We'll put the cards down for a second. Steve, think of this card for me right now.
Think of the card that I'm thinking of? Okay, I'm thinking of it.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a few questions. I just want you to say yes to all the questions, okay? I want you to think of the suit, okay? The suit of the card. Is it a club? Yes? Just say yes to all of them.
Okay, yes.
Is it a heart?
Yes.
Is it a spade?
Yes.
Is it a diamond?
Yes.
Interesting. You see, the way you said yes to spade and diamond makes me think it's not that. I'm kind of leaning. It's a heart, isn't it? You're thinking of a heart? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Steve, just close your eyes for me. I'm going to write something down on this. I'm going to show the folks at home. I'm just going to show this camera over here. Steve, don't take a look just yet. Okay,
keeping my eyes closed.
Steve, I'm going to hand this to you. You can open your eyes now. It's on the table. You can open your eyes. Just for the first time, what is the card you were just thinking of right now? What is your lucky card?
6 of hearts.
6 of hearts. Interesting. Just before you turn that over, you didn't whisper this to me. You didn't write it down.
You and I have not discussed this at all.
Okay. Turn it over and show them what I wrote down. Yep. Take a look.
Get the...
It's weird. I don't get it either. I don't know.
You don't get it? You just did it. What do you mean you don't get it? I don't get it.
Strange. I lose sleep at night, really, just thinking about this.
Now, I want to be true to my word from before and say I'm not going to ask you how you did that because it's better if it's magic and I don't know how you did it. But I'm dying to know how you did that.
Well,
but don't tell. I guess you shouldn't tell me.
Well, I mean, I have to quote James Bond. He says, if I told you, I'd have to kill you. Right?
Yeah, I'm sure. That's a crazy, crazy trick, though, because I'm sure there's something kind of very simple and basic about it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean, you. Oh, wow.
Thank you.
That's good, man. That is really good.
Thank you.
When you did that trick for the first time, for a parent,
have
you got siblings?
Yeah, I do. I have a younger brother.
Okay.
We got one engineer. So
when you did that trick for the first time,
Yeah.
what reaction did you get?
It's tough to remember the very first time, but I will say my style of performance has changed a lot. So like the kind of material I would do when I was a lot younger is very different from what I do now, when I at this age. So early on, I would say like it was so and so. There's magic has this cool thing where it's like even if what you say sucks or if your performance is okay, magic can look good. Like if it's a magic trick with the prop or whatever it is, it can look really cool. So there is that benefit to it. So at the beginning, it was definitely, it's okay, parents are like, okay, maybe practice a little bit more, and then, we'll see where this can go. I actually have footage of me very young doing tricks with my brother behind the camera and us just filming, having fun. And I look back and I'm like, oh my goodness, thank God I've progressed a lot from that time,
You know what, Savio?
Yeah.
I didn't hear a word you just said for the last 40 seconds because I am still obsessing on how you did this trick. And I don't know how you did it, and I'm trying to get my head around it. That's really, that's pretty amazing, I gotta say.
Thank you, Steve.
That's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
You want to do another one?
Sure. Would you like to see some more?
I would love to see another one,
Okay,
sure.
well, let's see this, Steve. I just want to make sure that I have. You know what? I'm going to give you the selection. Do you want to use your favorite card, or do you want to use a different one?
Let's try a different one this
You want a
time.
different one?
Sure.
Okay. Can you take one out for me? It doesn't matter which one.
Doesn't matter which one? All right, I'll
No,
just take that one.
no.
Now, you obviously can see what it is.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
What I want you to do is I want you to autograph this for me, nice and big across the front. Name
on this
yes,
side right here?
yes, right
Okay.
there. Name, bank pin number, anything works. No.
Okay, there's my name.
There you go. I'll take the pen back.
Take the pen.
Can you show the camera? We can all see that it is autographed.
I put my signature right there on that card.
Beautiful.
And that is the 2 of spades, and my signature is on it.
Beautiful. I will take this back. Can you hold
Okay.
your hands out for me like this, like a table? I'm going to take the 2 of spades like this. I'm going to move this out of the way so we can all see. We'll take your card like this. Mm-hmm. I'm going to just place it in between your hands. Can you put your other hand on top like a sandwich?
Other hand on top.
Beautiful. Just like that. Nice and tight.
Nice and tight.
I want you to tell me if you feel anything. I'm going to take the next card down, the 7 of clubs. I'm going to hold it up so they can see it as well.
Okay.
7 of clubs.
7 of clubs.
Hold tight. Tell me if you feel anything. I'm going to take the 7 like this, very slow. I'm just going to tap it. Did you feel that?
I felt you tap the top of my hand.
It's very quick because I can actually get to
Oh, get the... You know what I want to say for the rest of that sentence, right?
Wait, so if I have the 2 with your...
So what the hell am I holding?
I don't know. Let's take a look.
You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. You are fantastic.
Thank you.
That is really something. Okay, I know how you did it.
Mm-hmm.
But you did it so well.
Mm-hmm.
You did it so skillfully.
Mm-hmm.
You obviously didn't put the 2 of spades in my hand.
Right.
You put the 7 of clubs in my hand.
Right.
But I'm a foot away from you, and I watched you put that 2 of spades in my hand, but somehow you...
It's slow-mo. Like, the cameras can't catch it, but I'm going quick, and I'm pulling... You didn't miss direction. Mm-hmm.
You're just incredibly skilled. Wow, that's a great talent.
There's 5 years without a girlfriend, but,
Was it worth it?
definitely worth it.
That's outstanding.
Thank you.
That is really fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let's... You do hypnotism as well? Is
I
that
do,
right?
yes. Yeah.
How does that work?
So, hypnosis is really interesting because it's kind of opposite from the magic. Whereas magic is a little bit more secretive. I'm not really sharing the behind the scenes. Whereas hypnosis, it relies a lot on trust. And it's a lot about, being comfortable with the person that I'm with and them opening up. And so hypnosis in a non-super scientific way, it's a very relaxed state that your body goes into where your subconscious mind is open to suggestion. And so I'm the guide. So I take you to that point and I give you some suggestions while you're in it. And we have a lot of fun together. So at a stage show, I actually do a mix of everything. I also do a little bit of pickpocketing, a little bit of magic, a little bit of mentalism, a little bit of hypnosis. And, I think for me, the goal is to provide a full experience rather than, just one thing.
Right. Does it ever not work?
The hypnosis?
Anything, either hypnosis or a card trick? Is it?
All the time. All the time.
It
Things
does?
go wrong all the time. But I think what happens is, once you kind of get your footing in your craft or whatever it may be, eventually you learn how to kind of navigate the waters a little bit, right? Because if something goes wrong, the viewer doesn't know that this isn't going how I want it to go. So that's where I would navigate a little bit and try to work around. But things go wrong all the time. But I think that is a good thing, because if you aren't failing and if things aren't going wrong, then something is wrong. Then you're not progressing, right? That means that you can't be perfect every single time. You can't be 100%. But also practice comes into play as well. I practice for hours to make sure that things go right. I'll give you a good example. People don't know this. This is a hot take, but the finale for my Canada's Got Talent, I had to rewrite my script the night before because during rehearsals, things just weren't working the way I needed it to, and it just didn't sound right. Things weren't working. Things were moving in the way it wasn't supposed to. So you take the moment as is and you adapt. You know,
The night before.
The night before.
You rewrote the whole
I'm
thing.
in my hotel room pacing back and forth. I have my friend on the phone. I'm like, how does this sound? Okay, is this okay? A lot of back and forth, but come out, and you just deliver what you can, right? So.
You alluded to the fact a moment ago that, yes, you can do that card trick.
Yeah.
As well as anybody in the world, probably.
Yeah.
But 6 years of no girlfriends. I don't know if you were kidding about that, but for example, I've interviewed Olympic-level athletes who, they got to train 8 hours a day. They don't go to the movies. They don't hang out with friends. They make huge sacrifices in order to be up on that podium.
Yeah.
As you have made huge sacrifices in order to be as good as what you're good at here.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you ever wonder whether it's worth it?
You know what? I every day this is a conversation that it comes in my mind every day. I'm thinking, did I make the right choices? Like, am I doing the right thing? But then what kind of reassures me is moments like this. When I come here and you see that expression that you just had, that makes it all worth it for me. And also, I'm so blessed and grateful to have had such amazing opportunities because of this one deck of cards that I picked up when I was around 10 years old. So I wouldn't trade it for the world. Like, it is given me more than I could ever dream of, and I can't imagine what the next 10 years, maybe 20 years will look like. And I'm excited to see where it takes me.
Well, to that end, what's the biggest stage you've performed on so far?
So 8,000 people. I did Western University Orientation Week, and it's a huge, huge venue outside where we have a big stage set up. We have all like the incoming, frosh, like the first years come in, and I was asked to do that actually a few times. So the first time I did, there was 8,000 people there. So.
And just as, say, a classical violinist wants to play Carnegie Hall someday, where does a world-class magician want to perform eventually?
That's a great question. I think for me, I actually want to perform all around the world. I think that's my big thing. I want to tour. I want to bring magic to everywhere. It'd be cool to bring magic back home to India, to where my parents are from. I have a lot of family back there, and they've never really seen me perform to like on a big stage before, so that would be really fun. But Vegas would be cool. I think my own show in hometown Toronto would be really, really cool. And so different things like that. I want to tour the world and just bring magic to a lot of people. Well,
you're going to teach me how to do a trick here, okay? I've got. Give me your deck of cards for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, give me your deck of cards. And all right, let's see here. I want to see if I can. I shuffle.
Nice.
Off to not a bad start.
That's a good start. Yeah.
All right. I want you to pick a card, any card.
I'm going to go with this one right here.
Okay, take it out.
Yep.
Take a look at it.
Got it.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you to put it in the middle of the deck, right there.
Done.
Okay?
Done. Yep.
So, let's see here. I want to see if I can find your card. I did not see your card, right?
No, not at all.
All right, let me see if I can find it. Could you blow on this deck for me, please? Okay, hopefully that'll make it work. All right, let's see if this works.
Wow.
Was that your card?
It was my card. Wow.
King, okay.
Okay, Steve's coming for my job. This is a problem.
Now, you obviously saw how I did that, and I was terrible at doing that.
That was really good, actually.
But that trick works really well on 4-year-olds. Not so much with a Vegas live audience, but with a 4-year-old, that trick will be amazing.
You'd be surprised if you went and tried it out, and you'd be surprised at the reactions you'd get with that.
Now, on a scale of 1 to 10,
yeah.
You being a 10,
yeah.
What I just did is a what?
I wouldn't even compare it like that, because here's the thing, right? So with magic, what's really interesting is sometimes people will learn 1 or 2 tricks, and they'll do it so many times over the course of their life, they get really good at that one trick. I think that was executed really well. Like, if you ask most people to even shuffle a deck of cards, they're going, you were able to shuffle them and do a magic trick. So I would give that a 10. That was great. That was actually fantastic.
You were a little too generous. No, that was very badly done, but
it was
sometimes
good. It was really
you can
good.
fool some of the people some of the time. And
you just got to believe it. That's it. A lot of the magic is like, even when I started, like, I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna work. It was just, hey, it's gonna work.
Okay, show me how you shuffle a deck of cards.
I shuffle a deck of cards. Maybe sometimes I'll start off with a little bit of this.
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
This right here is a little bit of that.
Oh, wow.
If you want to get really fancy, maybe one hand and then, shoot it out a little bit, and then yeah. This was called a lonely childhood right here. I'm kidding.
My favorite guy on television of all time was Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson.
Incredible.
You've heard of Johnny?
Of course.
Oh,
yeah.
all right. Now, Johnny, before he got a talk show, was a magician.
I knew
used to love to do magic tricks.
Yeah.
And whenever he had a magician come on The Tonight Show, and they could do something like that, you could see in Johnny's eyes just light up.
Yeah,
Because he so respected that talent.
Yeah, Johnny's well known in the magic industry because he was a big fan of magic, he used to bring on a ton of magic acts because he loved seeing it, as much as the audience. So, yeah, Johnny was great.
Savio, I wish you all the luck in the world. It's been just a joy having you here in this studio.
Thank you so much.
And you are good, Keep. You are really good. Keep going.
Thank you.
Yeah.
To the moons.
Right on, right on. Thank you.
The Agenda with Steve Paikin is made possible through generous philanthropic contributions from viewers like you. Thank you for supporting TVO's journalism.